Hello!
Hi everyone, welcome.
Welcome to back to another full-length episode with the Mixed Scales and Fae Tales
Details podcast.
podcast.
Yes.
Yay! Very excited to talk to Lee today because we are talking about a very special book that has been on everyone's mind for, I would say, almost a month now. It hasn't even been a
Yeah,
full
just about a
month.
month.
And that is Onyx
Onyx
Storm.
Storm.
I was
Dun
like, why
dun
does mine look
dun.
different? But I have a different copy than you. Okay, Onyx
Yeah, I have
Storm!
the Target version in my hands.
And I have the deluxe version in my hand. I do own the Target copy, but mine I broke the spine and then I don't know how I broke the cover, so
Yeah.
yay, deluxe version.
But here we are,
Uh,
you finally finished.
I finally finished. Lee
I shouldn't
finished
say
her
that. I shouldn't
journey.
say finally. I should say you finished and we're excited that you finished and now we can talk about it.
Well, yeah, because Lee read it in like 2 days, and I was like, I
And
can't do that, Lee. It took me like a month.
there's no shame in how long it took you to read it at all.
Which
I'm
I'm
just
actually pretty proud
glad.
of because usually when I read a 500-page book, it takes me at least like 2 months or more. I think Iron
And
Flame
like,
took me like months. So I was pretty
yeah,
proud of this.
like a physical too, like not, I mean, I know you had the audio, but like you
Well,
were
audio,
mostly reading.
I get through faster because I get to do it while I'm working and do it while I'm doing
Hmm.
things. So
Hmm.
it's like I can get through an audiobook that's like 500, 600, 800 pages very quickly. But like physically reading, I love physically reading, but then I like because I'm sitting down, I fall asleep because I'm like so comfy. And then I have to wake up and then read again. And it's great, but it's gonna take me longer.
And like this one, like you didn't want to fall asleep because things were happening.
I know I was
You get
texting
to a
Lee at like
part
two
and
in
you'd
the
be like,
morning.
I can't stop now, but like from my own well-being,
I
I
think that's
should
when I got to
probably.
the last 100 pages. Then I was like staying up till 2 in the morning, which was nice because I haven't done that with a book since I read this Mortal Coil last year. Like I
Mm,
haven't done that in so long where I like stay up to like read a book. Usually I'm like, I'm tired. I found that ending. I'm gonna stop there. But like this one, I was like,
yeah.
no, I have like 30 pages left. Like let me finish it,
Right,
and I
some
did.
excitement. I know. I know. And then like whatever night you did finish, I was like, well, I can't go to bed because I'm gonna have to like hear her reactions and like be a part of this now. Like it's just as exciting for me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So if you haven't realized by now, Onyx Storm is the third book in the Rebecca Yarros series, Fourth Wing, the Empyrean series, I should say. That's the name of the series, actually. Fourth Wing was
Mhm.
the first book that came out not even 2 years ago, I think. I think it was like
I think
2021
it,
or
oh God, yeah. No, I think
it was very, very quickly
it
that
might
she
have been
came out with the two
22.
books.
I know the first two were like literally back to back.
First book came out in May 2023.
Oh,
I
really?
don't believe that.
Wait.
Really?
Oh no, sure. Okay, because last year was 2024.
Oh yeah. Oh my
That's
God. So to think that,
time.
which she talks about a lot in her interviews that I've watched, like to think that like this author has got out 3 books in a major fantasy series of five within 2 years is
That's insane.
insane. That is not normal in the publishing world. That's not normal.
No,
Period. Like to get
no.
all that out is, and like these are 500-page books.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Yeah.
So props to Rebecca for that. So today we're going to be discussing our reactions to this third book in the series. There's going to be major, major spoilers. So if you have not read the book, please go read the book and come back to this episode because we do not want to spoil your experience. Which I think that I like when we read, we had very good experiences of not getting any spoilers.
Hmm.
So definitely want to make sure you have the same experience. Come back and then
Which is pretty
get
good
comfy
because
and
like
listen.
there's definitely a lot of stuff on the internet. So like the fact that you didn't get spoiled, like
I
good
think the
job on
only
the
thing I got
fandom.
spoiled about was broccoli,
Was
but it
broccoli.
wasn't even a spoil. It just was like pictures of a cat, and people keep saying broccoli, and then pictures of like a cat and a dragon. And I was like, is this like a meme people are making? Like once I got there, I understood, but like it wasn't the spoiler. So I was like, this is the best spoiler, like non-spoiler that I've
It's like a
gotten
little
for any
teaser.
series.
You're like,
Yeah,
okay, something to look forward
this
to, I
cat.
guess.
That was so great for me spoiler wise. Okay, so let's should I say let's ride it? Let's dive into it. Let's hop on our dragons and fly
Yeah, let's go for a ride.
on our what am I? Red dragon? And what are you? Or
You
brown
are a red
dragon?
dragon. I'm a brown dragon.
You're Riddick and I am Dane.
Mm. Yes.
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 Atrum
Yeah.
is brown.
Yeah.
which is great
Which
because we learned so much about the dragons
I
in this
know.
book.
I love seeing more dragons and their riders like interact. Like you could clearly tell that everyone has a different relationship. And I
Yeah.
just, that was really good. But okay.
And just like the
Um,
personality to them. Anyway, yeah.
yes. Yeah. No. Okay.
Sorry
So
we jump around. Like we're gonna try our hardest not to
we're
jump around. It's gonna be really
yeah,
hard.
we have an outline. We're gonna try. Okay, so can we start with your initial reactions?
Yes, because if you haven't listened, we have a mini episode where Lee did her
I
reactions because,
did.
like I said, she finished it in 2 days. So let's talk about my reactions. I think it was actually really great hearing your reactions like as I'm reading it because it helped me like put things in perspective. And like I said, like I think I've expressed this before. I get really scared that I'm gonna like love something because of the hype of something and then like
Mm,
when it goes
hmm.
away, realize it's like not as good as I thought it was. But I think like taking my time with it, getting with the
Yeah,
hype, and then like getting your reactions and getting our friends' reactions, like it was able to like just like flesh out the book for me because I wasn't
definitely.
as big of a fan of Iron Flame. Not that I didn't like Iron Flame, it's just we've talked about this before. Like you could see the difference in this rush pub plan and this rush making her make these
Right.
books really quickly, that the writing
Hmm.
wasn't always there. When this one, it definitely redeemed itself in that. Not that Iron Flame is a bad book. It is a good book. It just I think if she was able to take more time, she could have nurtured it more.
Yeah,
But
I just think it needed a little more love.
yeah. And with the plot lines and some of the character stuff.
Yeah,
And I
I
think
agree.
that this book was really well done in that. Like she was able to, although a lot of times me and you point out a lot of things are formulaic, there are things that are
Yeah,
like basic
yeah,
fantasy plot lines that are not like
yeah.
out
And
of
I
this
think
world.
the more we like think about it and talk about it, like as the months go on, we're gonna be like a little more judgmental, I guess I'll say. But at least we're like acknowledging that and we're like putting that out there, you know?
Yeah. And I think it's good for first time fantasy readers too. Like people who are just getting into
Yeah.
fantasy, like that is a great way. Um, but I think us as avid fantasy readers and avid dystopian YA readers, more specifically, we can call out when things are being like you even said it like the last book, like they're doing the chosen one arc, the chosen one
Hmm.
arc, and it's like yeah,
Hmm.
they're 100% doing the chosen one arc, and
Hmm.
like you can see that stuff happening, and it didn't bother me, but it's just something I noticed, and I'm just like okay,
Right.
um. And again, like you're gonna be so excited to hear all my Harry Potter references because I still think this is very much fourth Harry Potter with dragons. But I overall, this is my favorite book. To wrap it up for me rambling, this is my favorite book of this. I know, I think the first one's still my favorite book of the series. Like it was a great way to get into the series. This is
Yeah.
probably my second one, and then Iron Flame my third one, which I think going
Hmm.
forward, Iron Flame would probably always be my last one, depending on how the rest of the books go.
Yeah, who knows? But I think I agree. Like I definitely put Iron Flame at the bottom.
Hmm.
Like,
It's like a blip in time.
yeah. Yeah.
Which is,
So,
I think it's actually good it's becoming a TV show because that book I think will translate better in TV.
hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think that, like, especially with the TV being formulaic and seasons and stuff, like that will actually cater to the show more.
I think so
And so
too.
I think
And
it'll be really
having,
good for that.
yeah, having like multiple characters, like the way that like Xaden and Violet aren't always together, like that's gonna be able to build like Xaden's community, right? Or like his episodes and like see who
Hmm.
he's interacting with. And I think that'll be good. Yeah.
Which that's a great point to bring up because I'm wondering if the show, because the book is so much of Violet's point of view, which we're gonna talk about that because I still don't understand that. Um, is the show gonna be that? Like, is the show gonna be only
Ah,
what Violet knows, or are we gonna, as an audience, are we getting like, are we gonna be like
right.
Game of Thrones? You get so many different
Yeah.
stories, you get different
Right.
perspectives in that TV show, and in
Hmm.
House of Dragons, I would say as well, not as much.
Hmm.
But like, are we gonna do? Is it gonna be
That'd be
that kind of
good.
show, or is it gonna be a show that's like truly only through whatever Violet knows and what she experiences? You're following only Violet's character
Yeah.
and into her scenes, like the book.
Yeah, that's tough. I think it would do better as the Game of Thrones style. I think they would get more people invested and interested in it. So if that's what they want, they should do that. But like, I don't know. There's so much that Violet doesn't know. because she's not there. So
Yeah.
I don't know if
So
they
is she gonna like
can.
are they gonna give that to us as a TV show? They're gonna give the audience the third person awareness that's not in the
Right.
book.
Because that would be important for things with like her mom, right? Like, what is her mom doing while she's being a writer? Like, what is her mom worried about that we don't know until Iron Flame kind of
Hmm.
thing?
Or not to go ahead and spoil for Onyx Storm with the end, which we can get into, with Aryx's signet. I think
Yes.
it's clear that Xaden was aware of what was happening with the signet.
Yeah, I
Are
think
they going
so.
to show that in the TV show? Like that's a great example. Are they going to show like their behind the scenes, or is it just is everything going to be like a
Mm,
surprise in the
mm,
TV show? I guess we'll
That's a
wait for
good
Amazon to answer
question.
that.
I think that's an example that I wouldn't mind if we saw things. Because I also like sometimes those are the things that like annoy at least me about Violet is like when she doesn't fully clue in and like she's supposed to be this really smart person and like she's missing things. Another thing, this is
Well,
kind
she
of a
says that in the book. She's not perfect. She can't get great at everything.
I know, but I don't know. There's just like with the frickin' package, I keep coming back to that. Where I'm like, girl, just rip it open, take a peek. Like,
Okay,
come
wait, let's get
on.
into this. All right, last like the climax of the book. Let's get into it. So if you read the book, you know that the climax is like we get to this big battle at Drathis. I'm hoping I pronounced
Yeah,
that
I think
right.
that's yeah,
That
yeah,
they've
yeah.
been dreaming about, literally dreaming about the entire book.
Literally, yeah.
And we get into so many things of so let's start off with that. Let's start off when they first let's start off where Garrick comes running to the door with the eye and everything, and he's like, they got your sister. So
Oh,
the
right. Yes.
okay, how are you saying this girl's name? Theopine, Thepanine,
Oh.
Theo,
You got the
Stephanie with a
audiobook.
TH.
I
I know,
say
but in the audiobook we didn't get
theophany.
to her part, did we?
Well, you could go. I say theophany.
Theophany. Okay.
In my brain, it's Stephanie, but with like a TH. So I don't know if that totally
Steph
translates, but
Stephanie?
theophany. Um,
Theophany.
we we could call her Theo if you want.
No, Theophany. Well, say her name. I just didn't know how you pronounced it.
No, that's I yeah, no, that's what I say. So
So what was your
theophany.
reactions to this battle scene, to this everything's coming to a head?
This might be a reaction that is been kind of I've been dwelling on. So I don't know if this was my initial reaction, but I kind of think like we haven't had a true like big bad yet.
That's
And
so true.
I think the point when Theophany says like it was your mother that I was like the counterpart to. Like that kind of changed a perspective for me. And like also I was kind of like one of these moments where I'm like, Violet, why are you not putting this together? Because there were so many times where Theophany like showed up and there was a huge storm happening.
Oh, you figured it out?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh,
Oh my God, I guess I
I
wasn't paying
was
attention
like,
enough
I
to
don't
her.
think this
Did
is just lightning, folks. Like, I think she's got a little more power, and I think like she's
Mm,
causing this. Um,
okay.
but yeah, so I think at that point when she was like, I'm your mother's counterpart, I didn't think of like Mama Sorrengail as very powerful. So that was a little like jarring for me. I was like, oh, okay, like
Mm.
she was a bigger deal. Um, but this like I don't know, like the push and the pull of her fight with Theophany. What I did like was that Violet truly did stick to her mission. Like you know how Brennan is like
Yes.
you have to choose one.
Yeah.
And I think that was like a really big test for her character. And
I think that was a
I
great trial as well. Like it was
yeah.
needed. Yeah.
And I thought it was great that she didn't go save Mira.
Hmm.
Like I like personally like I accepted Mira was gone. It
Oh
was
my
very
God.
sad,
The
very
chapter
hard.
ending where it was like
Oh my
cutthroat. I was
God.
like,
Oh
and then
my
they saved her next
yes.
chapter. I was like,
But I was like, okay, but Violet's doing the leader thing. Like here she is, like she's coming into her own.
hmm.
I didn't like the trapping the dragons in nets. Like,
That confused me. Like I think I had to reread it when it happened. I
yeah,
was
there
like,
was,
what is
and like you've
happening?
talked about the maneuvers and stuff with the dragons. It is very confusing to read.
And that's why I'm like, I'm excited for this TV show because I need to see this. Because like I just was like, I I don't like I also don't understand how any of them can sit in the dragon's back
No.
without a seatbelt. I was like, I get why Valley needs
Yeah,
it.
you're like,
Like
I need a belt.
they need a belt. Like how are their thighs strong enough for the moves that Imogen's dragon makes her do?
No.
She literally says they go on a 90-degree angle at one point,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
her cheek is on her dragon scale, and I was just like,
Yes.
you would fall. Like you would fall. Like that makes no sense to me. You would fall.
Literally. Like we've gone on enough roller coasters that we know this is
You
not
would
how
fall.
this works. Yeah.
Like, not just because
Um,
your thighs are very strong. Like granted, you're strong, but not that strong.
right. Right. And like they don't really show us that they're doing exercises for their thighs. Like they're running and they're like
Well,
sparring,
Imogen's
but
the sparring. Yeah, Imogen's known for her
maybe
sparring.
she has some secret turn her thighs to stone or something.
Yeah, so what did you think her second signet was?
I thought it was speed, but
Yeah,
then when she
same.
did the stone thing, I thought that was a very well written scene. I thought that was
Yeah, I did
very
too.
cool.
I liked it was Dane
Very
too.
badass.
Yeah.
Um,
I was like,
and
okay, Earthbender.
yeah, yeah.
Literally an Earthbender. But I guess you could turn, like, that's the question. Can she turn metal to stone, or she can turn anything to stone? And like,
Anything, yeah,
why? Why is every signet's like what based off? Well, this is the question. Every signet comes from what you need, right? But
right,
are the second signets that like
right.
for them? Like you think for Zayden, yes, because he needs to know who to trust, and whatever. But like everyone
Hmm.
else, like, is that true for like Garrick? Is that what is Bodhi's second one? We didn't get that, right?
We don't know. Yeah, we
Okay.
didn't get it. Uh,
And then Liam's was ice.
right.
Which why didn't he use it?
Which,
Why didn't
well,
he
he
use the
did that
ice?
one time.
Yeah, but why
Like,
didn't he use it when they were like dying?
I don't know.
I guess he
It's
wasn't trained
yes.
enough. Whatever.
Maybe, because I mean, you just heard an interview where Rebecca was saying the percentages of their signets
Yes,
in use and
yes.
like
I listened to the
whatnot.
Fantasy Fangirls interview Rebecca live. It's on their podcast. It was a very interesting episode. I didn't finish it yet, but she did say like they asked her a question to like get her to answer because she obviously doesn't want to spoil, but the question the way they worded it was like asking what the capacity of their powers at so we can know like
Mhm.
they're trained enough or not. And Zayden, she said with his second signet is like 50%. And then
And that really surprised me, actually. I was like,
yeah.
what is it going to be at 100? Is it like full intrinsic? Like,
But
I
they're
don't
different because
know.
each insignia is supposed to insignia whatever. It's supposed to be different like power wise, like she's a form of
Right,
that too with the dream walking for
right.
Violet. So it's like, what is it 100%? Like, is if he's reading vibes, like, is it 100% like he could read like a whole room of vibes at once? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Or is he gonna, can he read not only the initial, but like maybe the following? Like, I don't
Hmm.
know. Can he see like a chain of them? I don't know.
Maybe you can see when
Uh,
people are lying.
yeah,
But that was
yeah.
one in the second book too, right? There was a
Yeah,
girl that
someone
had
in
that
the
power.
interrogation could do that.
But
So I
back to
don't
your
know.
point about the villains. Sorry, we jumped around again. But back
Yeah,
to your
I'm
point about
sorry.
not having one villain. I agree that might be hurting the series. And like what confused me was I thought that so in the first book, in Fourth Wing, she has like those dreams about the sage or whatever. I thought he was like the leader of the sages.
Yeah,
But he's the
yeah.
one that battles Xaden, right?
Right.
And becomes his
Berwin. We learn his
Berwin,
name. Yeah.
which oh, that's his name.
Yeah.
Okay. That confused me too. I was like, what is I thought
That
Berwin was a
scene,
Venin term. I didn't know that's the guy's name.
I mean, yeah, no, that scene was very confusing, and I definitely had to go back several times.
Okay.
Because there's even like the word, like they use son and they use brother to like describe the Venin like
Wait,
community,
doesn't
I
Jack do
guess.
that?
Well, he uses brother, but like in that scene in the end, I don't know if it, I think it's Panchak says like I brought your son, and I was like, whose son?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, oh, is it just Satan? Like I was confused.
I was confused on that too, and then I was just like, "Who was that?" And then I was just like, "I didn't think it was Aiden." I was just like, "Oh, whoever this Brenwyn is, maybe he had like a
Mhm.
son before he turned Venom,
Well,
and
yeah,
like his son is somewhere here." And then I was
yeah.
like, and you know what? My head went so crazy when they were like, "I brought your son." I was like, "Is it Arik?" I was like, "Is the king Venom?"
Oh, see, I went to Atos. And I was like, dang.
Oh,
But I like that. I like the king because we've never seen the king. And
never
like
seen him.
Arik is gonna be our king.
It better be.
So
Oh my God, Holland. Oh,
yeah,
we can talk about that too.
he's gonna finish out the series. Like he's gonna be the one. He's
Yeah.
gonna be our he's gonna be our brand, but like hopefully a good one.
Stop. I mean, now he has the same powers as Bran.
Literally.
Stop.
Oh no, I don't like that
Stop.
I just realized this. Oh
He literally has
no.
the same powers as Bran.
We're gonna have
Um,
Danny and we're gonna have Bran. Who else do we need?
yeah, but are they
Yeah,
gonna do
we still
Danny
need a White
book
Walker,
Danny? Are they
our
gonna do
Night
book Danny
King.
or TV Danny, where she becomes crazy and just decides to like kill everyone for no reason? Like that's the
Well,
Danny are we going with?
you also said her song in the next book is Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift
She did
to
say that in the
describe
interview I was
Violet.
watching.
So
Yeah.
I will say
But that's the
though,
beginning of the book, she said. Doesn't mean it's the whole
yeah.
book.
And I like she talked up So It Goes by Taylor for this book, and I thought that was a little dramatic, if I'm being honest. Like
Mm.
that song I didn't really think fit what happens with them. But maybe that's just because I was more of accepting of what happens between Violet and Xaden.
I mean, I was so accepting because I told you that I thought he was gonna die. I was ready for
Well,
him to die. Like I was like, he's gonna die, accepted his fate.
yeah. Maybe wanted it a little.
No, no, I really do love Xaden. Like, I don't, I'm not a hater on them. I was a hater on Violet and Xaden's relationship in book two because of the way that they were
Well, because it
acting.
deserved it, yes.
Yeah, but like they've gotten better in this book, and I think I just accepted it because I think I accepted it not because of what was happening, because we didn't know enough about what being a Venom is, and I still don't think I know
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
So like going into it, I'm like, okay, well if you turn like there wasn't this like soul thing, whatever, until we got into the book where they talked about your soul leaving, whatever. So I'm just like, okay, well if he's turned Venom, there's no going
Yeah.
back. Like then he's gonna die. Like he's gonna accept it, and like that's it. So as a reader, I accepted that, and I was like, it's fine. Like I mean, it's not fine, but like this will
No.
be a very tragic thing, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I thought that personally, I would have liked that. As a
I
book, I
just
haven't
think it
gotten that in
was
a while, where like the love interest dies and they have to get a new love
sure,
interest. I haven't read that in a very long time, and that would be
but
cool.
I just think it's too soon.
It is, yeah. There's
Um,
5 books, but
yeah, I like you asked me in the mini episode, like, do you think we have enough to get two more books? So I guess I still think not quite, but what do you think?
um, yeah, I think not quite either. Like, I think the introduction of the gods really helped. The introduction of expanding the world helped, and I
Yeah.
think that the introduction of like where magic's gonna go, but you're right, and bring it back to this whole thing that your first point of like we don't have a central villain, and she's done a good job, I would say, throughout it, showing that like not everyone that is evil is also venom. Like there's evil people that are just
Yeah.
exist, like because that's how
Yeah.
life is, good and evil in everyone. And
Yeah.
I need to know again. I feel like I still left the book not knowing enough about venom. Like I left it being like, okay, they lose a piece of their soul every time, and then, and also like it's ironic, not ironic, it's sad that Zayden reached to be a venom to kill this guy and the guy's not actually dead. So like this was all like pointless
Right.
in a way for
Right.
him. Like obviously he would do it again to save everyone, but like what
Right.
he thought he achieved at least was not that, because this guy's not dead. And then this like connection that they have now of like you can't kill your sage or your master or whatever. I don't say master, but
Mm.
like your teacher. Like I
Hmm.
don't, and then like Brennan can't
It
bend
is
them, so they're not
confusing.
human. It's like
Yeah, it is
that's, I'm like, yeah, are
confusing.
they White Walkers? Like are they back from the dead,
Right.
but then they're not dead? Like are they slowly dying? Are they becoming vampires? Like what kind of, are they undead? Like I
Yeah.
think that's,
Which
and
I
we need to
think
know what their
like
motive is. Like what
right.
is their motive? Like
We
it's
don't
draining
have
the
that.
magic.
And we don't have a person to attach that to. Like we don't have the Night King. And are we gonna
Which I
get
thought would
them?
be the original six. I thought that the guy from the original six would be like alive, like they're immortal when
Mm-hmm.
they become Venom because
Mm-hmm.
they keep sucking power, that
Mm-hmm.
they would be like the king. But so I have a question. Yeah, with the the what's her
Theophany.
name? Theophany. She kept
Thanks,
saying like
Rebecca.
bringing Violet to him, whatever they want to bring it to him. Who is him? Is it the sage, or is it like a king that we're talking about that we don't know about?
Yeah, I think it's the sage. I think whoever her like master is.
Hmm.
But like she's also very powerful and like wants the credit and wants to, doesn't she want to mentor Violet, like take her herself?
I think so.
So is there some like hierarchy there? And like I just, because if like Violet had gone with her and Violet had turned or whatever, I think that would have maybe imploded the Venom because like they clearly want her. So like if one got her, one got to train her, would others be mad? I'm not sure.
And do they want her just
Um,
because of her power or because of this whole her connected to gods thing?
I think it's her power. I think it's her connection to all the dragons and
Hmm.
like that she has Andarna, the Irid.
Hmm.
But yeah, again, it's interesting because she, like Violet, wasn't the counterpart to Theophany.
Then who is?
So, right. But it also like interesting because like Theophany was like Violet in that she was going down the path to be dedicated or like part of the priestesses
She
and
was a
she
priestess, I
stopped.
think.
Yeah, because like Violet sees like the rune and knows that she can harm her, that she can hit her with the other
Hmm.
priestess. I don't know. That was definitely confusing.
Yeah, I'm still very confused about
Um,
this god thing.
and then there's like now the protection that she and Xaden have with Dune.
Do you
So
think we're gonna see like a physicalization of the gods? Like they come down and talk to her?
I don't. I don't think that they're actual people, but I don't know. That's not how I see them.
Hmm.
And I don't know, like because they have the temples, because they have all these priestesses, I don't think we need to see them.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And I think like Rebecca's really big on like the mind connection and like those kind of like feelings and powers and the the walls that they build in their minds kind of thing. So I can see like maybe the gods manifest as like a presence in Violet's mind or something
Hmm.
rather than like being a physical being.
Or in her dreams.
Well, yeah. We could talk about that too. Okay, can we shift gears a second?
Hmm.
Actually, yeah, because you talked today about in that Rebecca interview with the Fantasy Fangirls, talking about the first six will be
Oh, I had a question
important.
about that too. Yeah.
Um, well, maybe my question is your question. So my question is, I'm looking up who the six most powerful riders were that they used in Iron Flame. Specifically because I know that they used Bodhi, and now Bodhi is debatable, but also like probably the quote unquote brother
He
that has
is.
turned
He is. It's
Aiden.
100% him.
So I like when I read Iron Flame and she chose those six powerful, I actually questioned why Bodhi. Because
Mm.
like yeah, he was around and like I love him, but I was like, is he the most well, one of the most powerful writers?
Did she say it because he's Zayden's cousin? Is that her reasoning for it?
I don't, yeah. So I'm
No, I have to
trying
look back.
to,
So it was Zayden, it was her, it was Bodhi. Who were the other two? Was it the people from the
it
assembly?
looks like, yeah. So it looks like it was Felix, Surrey, don't know who that is,
The assembly people.
and Brennan, which, sure.
And then Violet, Zayden, and Bodhi?
Yes. And there's a
Bodhi.
line, this is on Reddit. It says, there's a line somewhere in that first Wardstone attempt about there being something to be said for family lines. So
Mm,
Violet and Brennan, Xaden and Bodhi, and presumably Felix and Surrey.
okay, this makes sense then why she chose Bodhi. And do they all have different dragons, right? That's also a key. They all have to have different dragons. But my question to you was, were the first, so she just had to match the most powerful, right? It wasn't that the
Right.
first six had the same powers as they had. right?
Right.
Because we also don't know
Yes.
what Suri's power is, or if we do, I don't know. I don't know what she is. And then what is
No.
Felix's? Yeah, Felix is her trainer, but what is his? Okay, yeah. So my question was like, in the interview we're referencing that I watched, Rebecca does state that like nature has a balance, and that's
Mm,
why they're bringing back like the certain things come back from nature. And I was thinking like what she was intending to say, or maybe her intentions that I read as Aiden does, was that maybe that like the first six have a lot to do with what's happening, and is nature trying to recreate the first six?
mm,
And what are these first six? The first six are different from the three brothers, correct?
right.
And the first six don't have one of the brothers in it, right? Or yes.
I don't know. I don't know if that's been confirmed. I would assume one of them would be the Dragon Rider would be, but what do I
Let's
know?
see. Who are
Uh,
the first six in fourth wing?
you also said that she said there have been venom infiltrating Basgiath before. So
As
that,
scribes.
yeah, so that lends to are we like having a like resurgence, rebalance uh with these
Hmm.
six. And like there were the chapter titles that had that there's never been what Xaden and Violet are, like they're two signets as powerful together. It's been like hundreds of years. So that's
Okay,
also leaning towards that.
it says on Wiki, the first six are the first group to successfully become dragon riders 600 years before the beginning of Fourth Wing. The dragons of the first six formed the first Empyrean and only bonded with humans because humans had the manual dexterity that was needed to weave war the runes, aka they have thumbs. They raise the first ward at Basgiath, which protects Navarre. They make up the first class of the Basgiath War College. The first six fought in the Great War against General Domaro, who consequently ruined land now known as the Barons. Their allies included the Isle Kingdoms. The Great War ended with the unification of our six provinces and the crowning of King Reginald. Now, um, General Domar is uh I guess the venom that they were fighting?
Okay.
Question mark.
So then the
The literatures
brothers
we
must
have
be
is The
way
Gift of the
before.
First Six, The Journey of the First Six, The Journal of Warwick of Lucerys, and The Journal of Lyra, which we obviously see a lot in Iron Flame.
Yeah.
So there's Lyra is one of them, Warwick's another one, and then there's a member of Tyrrendor, a member of Islam, of Kaldar, and Deccanshire. That's the other ones because they are the different provinces. In the response to the Great War, dragons claimed the western lands, griffins the central ones, abandoning the barons in the memory of the general. And then the allies were that. They had the Battle of Gianfar. The battle took place more than 600 before the book's setting, and it was pivotal to the unification of Navarre. The stronghold was not only set for siege, but was equipped with the first crossbow, which provided lethal against dragonkind. It was one of the final battles where griffins and dragons actually worked alongside each other to annihilate the army of the barons. The battle took place before the invention of indoor plumbing. What was noted? Um,
Okay.
then there was the second Signy incursion, a 4-day skirmish that resulted in Sejanus being absorbed into Kingdom of Promiel. And then there's the second Corvallian uprising, which is mentioned a lot in this book for her father's research,
Hmm.
which happened nearly 200 years prior to the events of Iron Flame. Commanding generals of the riders and commanding general of the army used to be separate positions prior to the uprising. Afterward, the commander of riders became commanding all of the Navarrian forces. Um, there was a midnight massacre, aka the Blood Wedding. Um, like, come on, bro. Like, this is so much of Game of Thrones. The Tears Rebellion, obviously we have, and then now we're back to Fourth Wing. And then there's the Battle of Styrithmore. Not much is known about the details of the battle, but Mir Sorrengail went above and beyond the call of duty. Her bravery resulted in not only the destruction of battery behind enemy lines, but also saved the lives of an entire company of infantry. She was recommended for the Star of Navarre by Major Potsdam, but was downgraded to the Order of the Talon by General her mother, Liv Sorgel. For her acts on the battlefield, Mira is well known and respected as a writer. So, who are the three brothers is the question.
One should be one of the six then.
That's what I'm thinking. Folklore surrounding them involves the tale of three brothers, one who bonded with a dragon, one who bonded with griffins, and the third who became a venom. So yeah, one of the three original brothers has to be one of the six.
Yeah, I think it really comes back to like, unfortunately, she kind of is following a pattern in that like we learn things in the beginning of a book, we're exploring, Violet's reading, and then something goes sideways and the end of the book is just like a big battle.
Hmm.
But we're all just still battling this same kind of unknown of like there are Venom coming. We can't defeat them, but like there's gotta be something more. Like we
And where did
can't,
they originally come from? Just the Barons?
I think so.
Okay.
Because like, yeah, we don't have like a true kind of like scary fairy tale or anything that's like the first one like touched the ground and felt its power and decided to take it or like, I don't think
Hmm.
she's given us that. And
I
I
bet
think
you it's gonna be that they talk to Malik, and that's why. Just like the freaking tale of three brothers, how they talk to death.
I mean, and yeah, I was gonna continue that with like he tried to save his wife because she was dying. Like,
Bro, I'm sorry. I reference Harry Potter so much with the series because it's literally in it. And like I'm surprised that I have not seen any interview of her mentioning Harry Potter. Maybe that's on purpose because this book is literally so much of Harry Potter. And
I mean,
especially with this last one.
she's mentioned Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe, but like she didn't go into depth about it. So I don't know
Mm,
if that is truly an influence for her.
which I don't know if I want that to be the influence for this.
Wow. Yeah.
But I say Harry Potter with this book because we talked about the Venom, like we're as we're talking about Venom and this idea of that like their souls are being chipped away at each one. And then
Hmm.
they get married in the end, and he gives her this ring, and then you're saying they're protected by Dune, and your theory is that like because they got married with Dune, that they that she a part of his soul is with Violet and she's protecting it. So I was like, oh, so he made her
So,
a Horcrux, like she's a
but I don't
Horcrux,
think
or the
it's
ring is a
in
Horcrux.
But I don't think it's in her. I think that there's still a connection.
Okay,
Like the way that she like reached out to him, like the way she was like reaching out in the dreams and like could still like stop him by her love by saying I love you. I think it's like that. I think it's this like
okay.
mental thing. I don't think there's any like cleaving of the soul, which but I get what you're saying that like the idea is very Harry Potter. I mean, I know I said it was more like Elizabeth and Will from Pirates of the Caribbean
Which I
where like
actually
he
like that
gives
better.
I like that like he gives her his heart and like because we know like they're not gonna see each other for a minute.
Yeah,
So it's like
and
maybe
he's gonna
like
be evil. There's no way he's not gonna be evil.
I think it's gonna be he's gonna be like crazed, maybe like trying to like
Mm,
fight both, and like maybe if he sees her, it'll like flip. I don't know. It's gonna be sad. And the fangirlies are gonna be sad.
yeah.
Uh, but like I'm interested. Like I keep saying, like I'm glad he didn't hurt anyone. Like he kind of chose this. There wasn't like an accidental like mass murder and he had to flee. Like he's the
Hmm.
one who's like this is not okay, but what we're gonna do.
Like the time has
Um,
come. Like he has to meet his
yeah,
fate, essentially, which
yeah,
I do
yeah,
appreciate. Like she's not gonna
yeah,
glide past that. He needs
right.
to meet his fate.
I think I'm also curious about like this whole leading to like we have this great battle and then we kind of like start a new book, but like we need more people to help us and like they've brought in this idea of are we like bartering dragon eggs?
I think when I saw a theory, I think that's true. I think that they sold the
And
dragon eggs to
I
go get the
don't
queen.
like that. Like I think the dragons
Yeah.
are gonna be mad.
Yeah, yeah, why wouldn't they be? And also,
And
like,
I think
how did
that's
the
gonna be
dragon eggs
bad.
survive? Like, wouldn't the dragon eggs just die? But then like there definitely is magic on the Isles, but like how much magic? Like
Right.
there's not a hatching
Right.
ground. So it's like they're
Yes.
just gonna like stare at these is it gonna be like Game of Thrones where they have these like dead dragon eggs?
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I
Like
guess I don't remember seeing this, but someone was telling me that there's some of the eggs are Sigale and Terran's eggs. So is that gonna force like Sigale to come back? And yes, I was your face, this shock, this awe,
no.
me.
That's sad then because I definitely agree with you like that we've talked about this like off the podcast that like they broke the mating bond. Like I think that's what Andarna did.
Yeah.
Andarna broke
Yeah.
the mating bond, which is
And I
like that's devastating.
like Taryn is gonna be not okay. Like, and he's
No.
probably gonna rage about it. So that's gonna be rough. And I don't think, because like the theory was that if they use those eggs, it'll force like Xaden and Sigale to come back. But I don't think Xaden would come. Like, I think
Mm-mm.
it would just be Sigale. And maybe that's how we learn what Xaden is up to, because
Yeah.
that leads to another question. Are we having like separate point of views? Like, are we splitting chapters? Or
Yeah,
are
I
we
don't know
just
if there's
kind
a way
of,
that she could do this without splitting chapters again.
yeah, I mean, I hope so. Because even in like Iron Flame, when they weren't really together much, it was
This,
weird. Like,
yeah.
it would just be like, oh, this week didn't get to see him. Oh, this week, I was busy doing this. Oh, this week I was tortured, you know.
Oh, this week I was tortured. Just casual, casual stuff that happens.
Normal.
Did you appreciate the other point of views in the book with Imogen and Rhiannon?
Okay, yes, I think what I liked most about them is because you got to see their uh interactions with their dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked being inside their heads and how that worked. Like obviously she had to do it because Violet and Xaden can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
So we needed to see things.
And I think it
I
was to show us like later on, like for us to like
Right.
everyone wants to assume that Garrick is the brother, but like it's not Garrick.
Right. Right. That's how we're putting pieces together for sure. The moment with Quinn was so
Oh,
sad and so
that made me
beautiful.
cry that
I
like
cried too. And I was like,
when you
I don't
picked up
even
your
know
black dress
Quinn.
already. Yeah. And this whole time too, like I was like, remember we were so confused. We are like, isn't Imogen and Quinn together? But that was so
Right.
wrong. Quinn was with somebody
No.
else. I just was
But
so
it
sad for
was
her.
so sweet. Yes. And I liked that because like it showed their friendship and it showed like what like Basgiath brought them.
It reminded
And
me,
like
their
you
friendship
said,
reminded me of Wednesday and whatever her name is in the show,
oh
like Grumpy
yeah.
Sunshine kind of thing.
Yes,
Like that's what they
yes.
really.
So much. It reminds me of I just finished like Blackbird, Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark, and the girls are like that. Um, for sure. But okay, I'm gonna say something that's probably an unpopular opinion. I think that Ree is kind of boring.
I don't know if that's unpopular. I kind of agree with you.
So while I like her, I don't dislike her. I just don't think that she does much. And so I
I
could have been without her chapter,
That's what I felt too. And
you
like
know?
I it's funny that I think that she's just like another version of what Dane was in school.
Yeah,
Like he's obviously all the role wolf father, but she's also a leader in that. And like I
yeah.
loved the change of Dane in this the tone shift of Dane in this book. Like
Oh,
thank
Dane,
God.
yes.
Like we all know that like with Dane, like he was just doing everything for his own motives and his own reasons, and he just wanted Violet to trust him. And she didn't. And
Yes.
granted, it's debatable whether whatever we feel with Dane in book one, but like by book two, I'm like, yo, get over it. Like, get over it. He's gonna
Yeah.
help you. And then by
Yeah.
this book, it's great. And I loved the little like him and Salone. Like that was cute.
Ah,
Like I'm here for
yes.
this.
I'm so
I
like there was a moment in the beginning and I was like, I think Sloane likes Dane and I'm like
yeah.
not mad about it. Like I'm curious what's happening here. I mean like crazy history between the two of them because of Liam, but
Why not?
I
Why not?
mean, and then I just like was so fascinated because like Dane is present in such big moments in this book.
Mm.
he
Mm-hmm.
always like sees things or like he gets chosen to fight with them on that one isle. And then like when he is working with Sloane to get the power, she says like you have so much power and he's like I know. Like and I feel like there's something there. And part of me was like well, we know like Papa Sorrengail thought that he and Violet were going to be together. So like when he took
Mm-hmm.
Violet, did he do
Mm-hmm.
something to Dane? Like is what's going on? Does Dane have a second signet? I think that's just going to be our question
Oh
forever
my
now.
God.
Is like who has a second signet?
Or Dane's just powerful. Period.
Yeah.
Do you, my question to you now is when we were talking about our predictions for this book and we were doing our launch parties, we were thinking like Dane's gonna die eventually, especially because the Lion
Yeah.
in Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
Do you still think that with the further books?
I think if he I think he could still die, but I think
Mm-hmm.
it'll be not in the way that we kind of thought, not
Yeah.
in like a selfish, selfless situation. Like I think it's gonna be very much like I was talking to someone about how he's kind of growing to be Liam. Like
Hmm. Living
Liam
up to what's
was
lost.
right, the perfect character, and like now Dane is like growing. So we're seeing that and we're appreciating that. And I think he's going to be very valuable. And so maybe he won't die because she already killed Liam. So maybe this one lives on.
Because
As
another
like,
thing, I could see Dane becoming like the new leader of Basgias.
yeah, I was gonna say like a lead or a aide to Arik or something, or like the leader of Basgiath and like turning things around. Like, is he the Hermione? Like,
Hermione.
but I'm okay with that.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I think it's a good character growth, so I'm happy about it.
Me too. Well, I think that we covered a lot in this one that we're gonna
Yeah,
need to do another
I
part of
think
our
I think you're
reactions.
right. I
This was
think you're
definitely first
right.
reactions. I think with our next episode, we want to touch more on the beginning of the book as well, like the Isles and the traveling, and we'll touch
Agreed.
more on our theories of what we think is going to come next because we didn't really talk about that a lot. We are just like dissecting this book, I think.
No.
Um, Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope that you are also geeking out with Onyx Storm like we are, and we're sorry that we are all over the place when we talk because our minds are just like that, and we hope that you are too when you read. Definitely check out our book club. We have a book club just for Onyx Storm and Fourth Wing on Fable, and we also have a book club for SJM that we're going to start reading Crescent City in. And then once that's done, we're going to change it from SJM to just like regular fantasy, and we're going to read Divine Rivals next and other series after that. And then we just started a Hunger Games one as well because it's our
We
favorite
sure
book
did
series.
because we
uh,
can't help
yeah,
ourselves.
and we
So,
have to anticipate for the new book because it's going to be huge, and then that'll probably eventually become a dystopian read book club. All that is linked on our link in bio and in our episodes. It's on Fable, the app. It's all free to download. And then also follow our Instagram and let us know what you think about Onyx Storm and what you
yes,
think is
message
going
us on
on.
Instagram.
Comment, all that stuff. And we hope
Definitely.
that you guys are out there riding your dragons and having a great time.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back soon. Don't you worry.
For part two, and happy reading.
Happy reading. Bye, guys.